Checks calendar. Yeah, it's not April Fool's Day yet, Cosmo. Hello, everyone. I am Mecca Random 42, the one, the only, the original, your favorite YouTube consumer advocate, Harpy. Cosmo. No, I don't believe. Yeah, it's even the February 2021 issue because that's how magazines work. We get a couple months in advance. This is not healthy. This is not healthy. This is an insult to every woman who has wanted to improve herself, better herself, everyone. This is just telling me, oh, you know what, give up, go ahead, roll over, gain the weight, and succumb to any illness or flu-like symptoms that you might get by being unhealthy, right? Because, yeah, I can talk about this because I can lose a few, and I'm very much aware of that. And when I see an actress like Gina Carano, for example, you know, an MMA fighter, a woman with a non-size 0 body type, right? A woman with a muscular build, a realistic goal that I could set to myself, for myself, right? I see that as body positivity. This is an insult to my intelligence as a woman and is no more healthy than an toothpick of a woman that you're trying to tell me I can become as well. You have to have these things in moderation. You know what you do with a woman like this? You tell her, we love you and we are happy that you accept your body for how you are and that you love yourself. That is the message of this video. Please love yourself for who you are, and if you choose to do the work and lose some weight, great. And if you're not there yet, we support you and we're not going to be upset with you. I am not making this video to say that this woman is out of shape or unattractive or anything. That is not the point of this video. This is an insult to my intelligence as a woman. Because you know what? And yeah, I found this online. Yeah, this is not a healthy weight. The weight that she's at is not healthy. You can get all kinds of things like liver disease from having too much. You can develop fat on your liver from this. You can, let me read this. I'll just read this. Many obese people develop deposits of fat inside the liver, a condition that can progress to cirrhosis in about 10% of cases and occasionally to liver failure. Not a good thing. This is why I try a little bit. That's why I do the Wii boxing. It's not Wii boxing, fitness boxing on Switch from time to time when I have time. But I'm working all the time, so I just don't. And then you're sitting there, you gotta have something to eat, you're starving, you're there editing for 6 and 7 hours at a day. And yeah, it's an issue. It's a thing I'm trying to work on. I'm trying to improve. But telling me to just give up because Cosmo is all of a sudden okay with that, because Cosmo is all of a sudden, you know, just going to be... This really isn't healthy, though. This isn't a healthy body type. And I'm happy that they're happy in their own skin. That is all we really want. We don't want to make people feel like they're not allowed to be comfortable in their own skin. But at the same time, you cannot sit there and promote this and blow smoke up my backside and tell me that this is healthy. 11 women on why wellness doesn't have to be a one-size-fits-all. It's not. It's not. You could find a more realistic body type where you have a woman with a little bit here. Look at the girls in Cobra Kai. They're not size 0, right? And I'm gonna point this out as a girl. And here we go. We're gonna probably offend some people anyway. So you know what? If you're offended, like the like button and subscribe and share the video if you're offended. Seriously, go share to why you're offended, because I'm gonna explain myself. Look at the daughters in Cobra Kai, for example, or the daughter, Samantha, Daniel's daughter in Cobra Kai. She's got a little bit right here on her stomach, a little bit right there, as do a lot of us, right? That is a realistic body type. She's not unhealthy. She's not out of shape. And she's also not the complete opposite. She's not the complete opposite spectrum, right? You want to give, if you want to really give some body positive messages out there, there's nothing wrong with that, but don't lie to me and tell me that it's healthy, right? Don't lie to me and clickbait me and tell me that that's what we're supposed to, that no, it's okay to settle. It's okay to give up. It's okay. Because on the other hand, I'm still seeing these size 0 actresses in their superhero costumes. I'm still seeing that. That's what draws into the box office. That's what people want to see on screen. And I'd much rather see a woman who looks a little bit more like Gina Carano if you're telling me that that's somebody I'm supposed to aspire to be. Because not only is that somebody who is similar in body type to what I could actually almost strive for in some ways, but it's also somebody who stands up to this bullshit, who stands up to the bullshit. And I'm sorry, this is bullshit just to get people like me to yell. I do not want to see myself on a magazine cover anymore. You know what? This is an overcorrection. This is exactly the same type of stupid shit that they do when they say, oh, well, what's the opposite of a white man? Black woman. What's the opposite of a toothpick? No. Moderation. Since the mid-90s, when I actually started noticing this stuff, when I was a teenager in the mid-90s, yeah, I'm not old, I said that the body types that they're putting in magazines and they're trying to tell me are healthy usually aren't. You know how those women get supermodel thin? A lot of them use stuff like laxatives, and a lot of them develop eating disorders. So what does this tell me? This is just the same thing. This is just a body dysmorphia in the opposite direction. This isn't any better. This isn't any better. And if you're going to tell me, and you know, and like I said, I'm not here trying to complain or shame or any of that stuff. And there's nothing personal against any of these women. The girl in the middle is a little bit more realistic. The girl in the middle is, and the girl on the right here is a little bit more next to the 2-pound thing. Now this is the British one. They're a little bit more realistic. As yeah, I could look at somebody like her in the middle and say, yeah, she probably is pretty healthy. She's probably like me and struggles to take off that last few. But you know what? Yay, hooray, body positivity. I'm all for it. And I believe now this is the cover model because she's flexible. Don't lie and blow smoke up my ass just to get a negative reaction, because that's what this is. This is just bait so that they can gang up on people on social media and be mad at them for saying, no, this isn't healthy, because it's all in the way that this is worded. They say, this is healthy. No, it's not. No, it's really, really not. It's not healthy mentally to accept this in our society, and it's not healthy physically. Why isn't this healthy mentally in society? Because then you go into the snowflake, SJW, alt-left, wackadoo, hate mob territory. You know darn well my thumbnail is going to say, no, it's not. And it's going to have me next to one of these women on the, I haven't made it yet, but that's what it's going to be. And I'm going to have the mob come after me and do everything in their power that they can to call out my own weight. To say, because this is the same thing that happened with the Shira Spinnerella reaction. Wow. What did I say with that? I said kids are going to see that and they're going to say things about the weight. Kids are still mean. Kids are still jerks, right? They're going to say something about it. And what happens? For me saying that, I got called every single name under the sun, everybody pointing out, oh, look at you, you're the same body type as Spinnerella. No, I'm really not. No, I'm really not. And they do this because they're not, that's all this does. This just enrages people to go in and decide that you're the other, that you're the bad guy, just so they have a target. That is why this isn't even a healthy mentality to have. This isn't a healthy article to write. This is just rage bait, bad messages, trolling people for a reaction. That's all this is. This is just to get people to say something about it. This is just for clicks and Twitter impressions. Because what? Did Cosmo have a rough year? Are they kind of going under because all the unnecessary little socialites in the big cities don't have their second or third jobs to kind of go in and pretend that they're richer than they actually are? You know, and buy Cosmo. And then they go and find a $500 pair of shoes. So, you know what, that they can wear to their, you know, third job that they have to have just to pay for the damn things. Yeah, that's what this is for. That's what this is for those sort of types. Or for the types that get on social media who have never picked up an issue of Cosmo in their life, never actually flipped through it, never, ever, ever bought an issue of this magazine, just to be mad at people like me for calling this shit out. And if, you know what, if YouTube were a thing in 1996, I would have probably been calling out the Kate Mosses and all those people as well for the same thing. But at least in that instance, I can understand why, because the high-end designer clothing and the camera, first off, adds about 10 pounds, 15 pounds, depending. Second, the high-end designer clothing hang better off of a clothes hanger. That's why they use women who look like clothes hangers to advertise this stuff. And what is this an opposite reaction to? Since that's what they're doing lately. They're doing this to use the opposite reaction of everything. Normally, under normal circumstances, we would see for the past 20, 30, 40, 70 odd years in these magazines, we would see, hey, lose your holiday weight. Hey, did you eat a bunch of cookies over the holidays? Here, lose the weight. And one of the things that I did notice, and I pointed out when I was younger, every one of those magazines, including magazines like Cosmo, were just telling me I was overweight and that I wasn't good enough and that I was too heavy and I would never look like those models. And you know what you're telling me now? I'm not good enough. I'm not heavy enough. I'm not going to look like the models, and I'm not healthy because I'm not shoving Big Macs in my mouth all the time. Is that what you're telling me now? This is just the opposite. This is the opposite reaction because they're not good enough to understand how to actually fix the message. And I'm tired of this shit. I am Becca Random 42, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.